Hey, beloveds. So I hope you all have been well. I've been on a journey of recovery and healing. Okay, so I have attached a message to this particular part, right? Um, I want to give you a little context. I'm that's why I'm creating this little section of what the second part of the message will be about. So, y'all, like I said, I've been in recovery. I've laid on my recovery bed, and now I'm laying at home on my healing bed. Okay, this past holiday season has been very eventful. Eventful. I can't wait to tell y'all. And it's like more and more information is piling up on me, and I'm like, okay, God, how do I um release this all? But I'm in God's timing. I'm in His divine timing. And everything has a appointed time with me right now. Um, I'm a testimony, and I'm being a witness firsthand. So on um December the 23rd, I was at work, and I didn't have one of my phones with me. And so, considering I didn't have one of my phones with me, the phone that my doctor's office have, I didn't receive their message because the 22nd I went to get labs done just to see where I was at. I told y'all about um, me experiencing a fibroid and all of that, right? So I got labs done on the 22nd. Well, come the 23rd, um, the nurse, my doctor's nurse called me, and she called me several times when I got off work. Actually, when I made it home from work that evening, I got the messages on the 23rd. I went to get my labs work on the 22nd. On the 23rd, I got the messages. And so when my household member got home, I told him, I was like, um, I said, well, actually, I called him on the phone when I heard the message. I was like, I probably have to go to the emergency room. I don't feel like it right now. I just want to have some time to, relax and unwind. Because I've had a day. My days at work is really great. I love the office that I work in. It's nothing stressful about it, but there's, working in a law practice, there's a lot of reading. There's a drafting up documents. So there's mind work that you use constantly, right? And so, anyways, I told him that I'm just giving y'all a little rundown of my holiday, y'all. I said I need to go to the hospital. This is what my doctor is suggesting. Because my hemoglobin levels was at a 7.1, right? And so I'm like, I don't feel like going now. Then I thought about um I could go in the middle of the night because my household member wake up early in the morning, in the middle of the night sometimes. So I was like, I could go then, and the next day, which was Christmas Eve, my daughter and her kids was coming over, right? And well, her family, not just kids, but her family was coming over. So I'm like, we can go early. So, we won't, I'm thinking, so I won't miss them. Anyways, got up on the 24th, didn't go to the doctor, didn't, I was, I've seen the doctor so much, I'm just like, so the actual doctor, well, I didn't go to the emergency room. My actual doctor called my household member phone, and she was like, "Well, I'm calling. My nurse tried to call Sharetta. We can't get in touch with her, and I just got word that they haven't been able to get in touch with her. So da 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 da. So I got to talk to her. She told me she suggests that I go to the emergency room. I go to the emergency room. Hemoglobin levels is 6.9. So I have to get admitted in the hospital. I had to get 2 pints of blood, and I got an iron infusion. So I'm like, I got 1 paint on that night, and then the next day, because they got to check, they want to check you or whatever. Then that morning they give me iron infusion. They started, but then when a doctor of the hospital come in, and I voiced my concerns, he ordered another paint. So I was in a hospital for a day from the 24th to the 25th. And so that was necessary. Um, what I would say about that is that when you're operating in a rejection state, God knows our heart. Um, Sometimes people will fail to do what's necessary because of so many things. That's why I mean rejection. Not necessarily you got in your mind, your heart is just overly saturated with I'm rejecting this, I'm rejecting this. It's something necessary, but you don't want to confront what you need to confront at that time because you're already tired. God will send you confirmation. He will pull on you till you need to do what it is that you need to do. God will continue to alarm you of what you need to do. And then you take heed. So the message that I've connected to this, the second part of this message, is when I was in the hospital the second time. The first time was December the 24th to the 25th. Um, the second time was when I had surgery. I went in, the surgery wasn't scheduled at that time, but I had a doctor's appointment with an oncologist. Um, and it was to schedule the surgery. I went in to see her for the first time and meet with her or whatever. I was already going to a doctor that was connected with her, but that was my first time actually meeting her. Anyways, so when I went in to my appointment on a second, my surgery got scheduled 5 days later. The number of grace. The number of grace, y'all. The number of grace, okay? So it was scheduled on the 7th, and 107 was it wasn't, I ain't gonna say a shift in the atmosphere. It wasn't a shift. It was something else, a divine appointment that took place, because a shift is one thing, right? And I told y'all this is not the year that God doing something new or doing more. This is something that he's revealing that's already there, right? So that's the difference. So it wasn't a shift, but it was a divine appointment, divine timing. Okay, so on the second 1/2, my surgery was scheduled for 1/7. I go in there. One thing I want to say that's very prophetic and so profound. One thing I want to say, and I got to touch on this, y'all. Stay with me, because I got to tell y'all. One thing was very prophetic and so profound. When I checked in um, at the outpatient surgery center, the code that they gave my household member to get updates while I'm in surgery was 0911. 0911. Okay. The preparation room that the people took me in when they called me back to, prep me for surgery was number 13. Was number 13. And so I know everything is prophetic with me right now. My whole life is a prophetic testimony, okay? My whole life, okay? And I can't wait to get to it. I cannot wait to get to it. But it's so much. And I'm like, God, how do I organize all this? Even though that I've been writing during this time, I haven't been on here. I've been writing. I've been putting things down on paper, keeping track of things that happen, all of this, that, and the third, right? And so, anyways, my preparation room was 13. What God took me to was Abraham. That is so profound. That is so enlightening because while I was laying on my recovery bed in the hospital, I see this message to come up to say 13. But anyways, what God was telling me is that, because I know everything prophetic with me, he was talking to me about Abraham. I can't get into that right now. But baby, all this is interesting, okay? Anyways, so while I'm in surgery, when I say I went in surgery with my blood levels normal, 11.7. 11.7 is what it was because I had already had a blood transfusion and an iron infusion. So my levels was 11.7. I lost so much blood during surgery that they admitted me in the hospital because they was concerned about all the blood I lost. So when they checked it right after surgery, right when I got out of surgery, I was still like out of it under the anesthesia. They got the results back. It was 8.4, but that was not accurate, right? Because they checked it again. They admitted me in the hospital. When I woke up from the recovery room, they let me know I was going to be admitted in the hospital. The lady also told me, waking up in that recovery room, that, ma'am, they had to go ahead and do a hysterectomy. I had a histoscopy. She said they had to go ahead and do a hysterectomy because of whatever. And I'm like, well, who checked off on that? Because I've had this issue for so long because I didn't want a hysterectomy. Like, I need all my parts there to be working to have these kids, okay? For y'all. I already have a lot, but I need to have some coming from my spiritual room, but my natural room as well, right? And so anyways, so I was like, who checked up on that? Them, like, did he check off on that? Like, I'm having all kind of questions. But it was misinformation, right? It was misinformation because that wasn't correct. That's also prophetic, okay? Hysterectomy versus a histoscopy, okay? And so I go into my recovery room, which was 3 prophetic, 356. Okay. So while I'm in the recovery room, because like I said, they admitted me. Oh, okay, I didn't finish telling you this. So I went in 11.7, which is normal, but low normal. Then they checked me right after surgery, which was a false report. And it said 8.4, which is still low, but it's not critical low. And so when I get admitted into my room, taken to my actual recovery room, I was at a 6.9 again. Now, mind you, oh, maybe I didn't tell you that. The first day, the 24th, I went to the hospital. Um, they told me I was a 6.9. So both of these days want to reflect itself. anyways, anyways. And so while I was in this room, um, the hospitals that got so fancy, y'all, extremely fancy. Okay, the bed that they had me in had alarm on the bed. They had the alarm on the bed just in case I got out the bed, because they didn't want me to get out the bed uh unless I called them to get me out the bed. If I would have got out the bed by myself, that alarm would have went off. Baby, these hospitals have got so fancy. And another thing before I get to my point is that you have a heart of servanthood when you need to be served, when you're in a position that you can't care for yourself. God will position you in the midst of people that will serve you with dignity and integrity. Like both times being admitted in the hospital was two different hospitals. I had really great experience. The food was good. Like, baby, I felt like I was being showered and pampered. Okay? Um, even in the midst of experiencing what I've had to experience, right? And remember that when you take care of people, people will take care of you. If you ever on your sick bed, if you ever on a recovery bed, if you ever on a healing bed, people will take care of you. Um, and so let me get to my point. So while I was in this room, the first night, which was 1/7, because I got released on 1/08. Okay. Um, the first night, I had to use the restroom, and that night, the nurses wasn't as energetic as or quick as the daytime nurses. So one time I pushed the button to go to the restroom, and my nurse was taking a while to get there, right? And I had to go really bad, or it was about to be an accident, or I was gonna get up by myself or something, with the help, you know, with my help. And this is what happened. A nurse that was not my nurse, or he wasn't on my hall. He was walking by and he heard the alarm going off, and he come in my room to unhook me. Um, didn't do nothing extra, just unhook me so I can go. I can get into the restroom myself. And then he said he was just passing by. He said he was just passing by, but he will notify my nurse. He unhooked me everything so I can go to the restroom. Is what I needed. And so I come out from the restroom. The normal things that my nurse would do wasn't done. Come out from my restroom, get in the bed. I needed a pad on top of my pad that I had. I'm not trying to give you a visual, but this is how it was. And so I actually had to get that by myself, and put it on the bed, or I I had help in the room. Okay, I put it on the bed and then get back in the bed, and I wasn't the man didn't stay, so he didn't hook me back up to the machine. So it took me back to Elijah. It took me back to Elijah when the raven fed Elijah. And so the second part of this is what I will be talking about. I will be having a conversation with my household member about that. Because when, and the second part of this, it did not start, I didn't start recording the conversation when I started having the conversation with him, right? So I had to give you this commentary, but, okay, not a but. I had to give you the commentary to understand what the message really about. Um, the man coming in wasn't really meant to, care for me for a long time. He was meant to just pass by and help me and then go on his way, right? And so that is what I was talking about, okay? Okay. So anyways, now I will let the message begin. Y'all please, if you can, um there is two different things I talked about in this message. So I recorded it because I'm like, hey, this is good. And so I stopped my household member and I was like, I'm going to record this, because I want to remember, you know. So that's how I end up being recorded. But yeah, um, some great information. Some great information. Okay. I look forward to talking to y'all again. Okay. The message will begin. Um, Bad energy. What he's coming back for? Oh, to plug me back up? Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He just came to do a task. It wasn't to completely do the whole task. He was coming to give me what I needed at that appointed time. Because I was about to pee in his bed if somebody didn't come relieve me. Right? So it reminded me of Elijah because the raven fed Elijah in the wilderness, right? And if Elijah being a man of God,
Alright. So the other machine's gone now, too?
woman, she took me off of that. Let me. I'm
Oh,
trying
okay.
to. I'm trying to tell you something now.
You tell me about Elijah.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you how Elijah got. First Kings 17. God directs Prophet Elijah to hide in the Kerith raven during a severe drought, commanding ravens to bring him bread and meat twice daily, sustaining him until the brook dried up. This miraculous provision. Okay. So, anyways, it reminded me how the raven came and um, fed Elijah in the wilderness. Now, a raven is not a good um, it's not a good sign, right? But God sent a raven to feed Elijah, right? And so if a person is looking at, raven coming to feed you with their natural eyes instead of spiritual discernment, they won't accept that person, right? Are you following what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that man, he said he was walking by and he just answered the call because really, I really needed him. Yeah, it was going down, if he wouldn't have relieved me to go to the restroom. And so no, I'm just telling you something. We gonna call a nurse in a minute. So he came in here to do the job, and his energy wasn't good, just like that raven. But he did the job. He relieved me so I can go do my business to come back to the bed. He didn't even provide a pad for me. Well, he provided that pad, but he didn't provide the second shield, the second protection, right? Right. Because it wasn't meant for him to do so. And it wasn't meant for him to connect me back up on his machine. It made me think of that. It made me think of that. What I said that to say, sometimes God bring us what we need for that moment,
Yep.
even when it's from the hands of a person that's not meant to feed us for a long time. And so in order to discern, that person come to help for a time and not harm for a time. Well, in order for us to discern that that person was not meant to be there for longevity, it was meant to be there for a short period of time, temporarily, we will reject the person. We'll reject the help of people. And I'm learning this. Like, literally, I'm telling you this, but this was really meant for me to feed myself, right? With this truth. Not everybody that come into your life, even when you know they energy bad, is meant to stay there. They are meant to pass by and help you and go on their way, just like he did. So now it takes my real nurse to come and finish the connection, or come and hook me back up to this machine, right? Or I'm losing you in what I'm saying. Am I losing you?
No. No. It's akin to the saying some people are in your life for a season, i.e., temporarily, just for whatever need to be satisfied at that time, like you said,
Yeah.
and then they leave.
Yeah. So,
And he did a very valuable part.
yeah.
Stop the
He
flow.
still played a part, right?
Yeah.
Cause I said like if he had to be my nurse, baby, he couldn't be my nurse, cause he don't come with the energy that I need. Now he could be a good nurse, right? But the energy that I need to fill the room to come in and out is not his,
Okay.
right? So yeah, yeah. So
Does your bag still have something in it?
yeah, so I need to
Okay.
call a nurse.
The care team has been called.
Cause it's gonna holler at them until somebody comes.
I mean, you're like literally right outside the door.
I'm learning to understand that, because in the past, if somebody came into my circle and I felt like they was a threat, and I felt it because of their energy. Your energy, when you walking in God's, when you walking in a prophetic mantle or the gift of prophecy, right? And I just mean that God is revealing things with the heightening discernment, right? Because everybody discern, but it's a difference between when you discern in God and when you discern in the world, right?
Okay.
Everybody have some kind of discernment within them, right? So,
Yes, ma'am. Can I help you?
oh, can I my machine needs to be hooked back up.
Here, 1 second, honey. I'll be right there.
Okay. So, not everybody are able to discern through the eyes of Christ, or through the heart of Christ, not eyes but heart. Troy, are you listening? Huh? The people. Oh, well, he disconnected me. A guy walked through here because I pushed the button so I can go to the restroom.
Got you. Okay.
So he disconnected me. I just need somebody to reconnect.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. Oh, and the numbers. What was the number? So, yeah, I'm learning, because in the past, like when people will, when I would encounter people, or they come into my life, and I'd be like, this energy that they have is off. It just be like a cut off. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like a thing that I go into this immediate response within.
Mm-hmm.
Like it'd be a immediate response within, cut off when their energy is not right.
Yeah.
Something about them not right. With and I sometimes I've never uh went into sometimes I never asked God to give me the understanding of why did this person come? What
Mm-hmm.
was this person's purpose? What was the purpose of me meeting that person?
Mm-hmm.
Because it just felt like a threat, right? So when like I was talking about Elijah and the raven,
Mm-hmm.
if God didn't reveal to Elijah that the raven was there to feed him for a time, it would have felt like a threat because a raven is not good. It's an unclean animal.
Okay.
It's an unclean bird, right?
Yeah,
Not
I'm familiar.
animal. But yeah, so this is why this is why the discernment need to be there for all people. Is because if we're not rightly these if we're not getting the right information,
Mm-hmm.
and we're just going by the immediate response our body give,
Mm-hmm.
because a raven is a threat, right?
Can be, yeah.
But God will put anointing on that raven not to be that threat for that time, and to actually give you the proper nourishment or whatever that you need,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And so, are you saying yeah because you agree with what I'm saying? Or you
I was saying
okay?
yes because I agree with what you're saying.
Okay. And so, yeah. I mean, God had to he he had to perfect me in that part, because I would see a person and I could see faces on people. They face just shift.
Mm-hmm.
I could see faces. Um, I done seen the devil face manifest through a person. I done seen darkness manifest through a person's face. I done seen death manifest through a person's face. I didn't even saw in the spirit with this girl that I met at a ministry gathering. I used to talk to her on the phone. I traveled to Arkansas and you know, saw her, and then we traveled other places. We really used to talk, and so we was talking one day, and um, I told her to go in prayer about this guy that she was. Are you? I be giving you bedtime stories. These be literally bedtime stories for you.
I'm not in sleepy town.
Sleepy time. Okay, so we was on the phone talking
Mm-hmm.
about God. She used to call me. We used to talk about the Lord, and um, she come and talk to me about what she going through, whatever. So, we was each other's encouragement. I
Mm-hmm.
was more so hers, but I'm not gonna say that she didn't encourage me, because that would be false, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even when you're encouraging somebody else, they are the encouragement is being reversed. The encouragement not being reversed, but reciprocated. It's the word I'm looking for. The
Mm-hmm.
encouragement the encouragement that you give to people, right,
Yeah.
is being reciprocated,
Yeah.
not indirectly but directly. Why? Because God lifts those that lift others, right? So, anyways, so I told her, let's get off the phone and let's go into prayer for 30 minutes. She We both went into prayer speaking in tongues. I saw her literally, as I saw her speaking in tongues. Now I'm off the phone with her at this point. We wasn't video chatting or nothing. We was having a phone conversation.
Mm-hmm.
When I got off the phone and I started going into prayer, speaking in tongues, warring in the spirit, I saw her speaking in tongues. The more she spoke in tongues, the more her face turned into the devil. The more she spoke in tongues, the more her face turned into the devil. Like horns.
Okay.
Horns. So when your face turned into the devil and you have horns, that means that there is some anger, there's some rage, there's some malice. Because horns is a symbolism of strength, right? A bull have horns, right?
Uh-huh.
They use their horns to do what? Fight other
Protect
bulls,
themselves.
protect themselves. So symbolism of strength. So she not only, I in the spirit, she not only turned into the devil's face, she had horns with it. And I called her. I said, "You got to shift the way you're thinking about this man." Because, and she said, "Why?" I said, "Please shift." I mean, in order to shift the way she thinking about him, she had to shift in the atmosphere internally, not externally. She had to work within herself to create that shift, to go back into speaking in tongues and get a different outcome, because her face was literally, God showed me the rage in this person speaking in tongues, and that wasn't good. Because if you're speaking in tongues, you're praying for another person, and your prayer revealed to me that you turned it into the devil. It's not. It's not. It's not. What is the word? Interceding. It's not interceding. It's bringing about a curse. It's not intercession.
Is
So,
it
huh?
is it possible that whatever malice was inside of her was like coming out?
No, it wasn't being destroyed. No, I understand what you're saying. It was being loose. What you saying? It was being loose from her, right?
Released from her.
Yeah, yeah. No, no,
Okay.
no. What When you speak in tongues, it reveals the nature of you. It reveals your heart. So if she's speaking in tongues, and I didn't see the demon come out and flee, right?
No, I
I
understand
saw
that.
her person manifest, right? So she's she could try to tell herself that um she wants to see this man well. She 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 verified to me that he hurted her. You know,
Uh-huh.
yes, they went through many things or whatever, right? So that was understood.
Yeah.
But you can be mad at a person and still not have malice. Because malice is at the root of anger. Malice is anger that has taken root. Being mad is just a surface. Being mad, you can forgive. But then when you then when you go speak in tongues and you manifest Satan, that means whatever you went through with that person has taken root in your existence. And now everything got to be taken up that took root. That got to be taken up from the root. So she needed deliverance. You cannot intercede for people when you have malice at the root of your existence. It's impossible. It's impossible. And it says speaking in tongues is for the edification of yourself, right?
Yeah.
But still, if it's for the edification of yourself, she's speaking in tongues, face turning into the devil. She ain't even forgave herself neither have she forgiven that guy. But I'm not I'm not saying that this in a I'm not presenting this as, even though it's in a realm of chaos, I'm not presenting this as chaos, like, or as a negative thing. I'm presenting this as as basically teaching, like, right, or experience, or truth about an experience, right? So yeah, I called her and I said, I saw your face turning, and she took it well. Like, she didn't come against me like I'm being this person that don't know nothing or whatever, because it was a mutual respect. You know what I'm saying? She could tell me things if she needed to. I would tell her things, and it was a thing of mutual respect. You know, we could edify each other, in the things of the Lord, with what the Lord give. And so, yeah, that was a very um liberating moment, and very in insightful, as is the word insightful. Can I say it's insightful moment?
Okay. Like it
Uh
opened up your eyes.
yeah, it enlightened me some of how the spirit realm work, and unhealed things, how it literally manifest out of you, even when you want to do good, even when you have you speak it at your mouth that you want to be good. When things is at that root, malice is at that root, it's gonna be revealed. It's not gonna be hidden. And so, yeah. But what you was gonna say? Oh, did you want to say something, or you just chilling?
Oh no, I'm listening.
Oh, you just listen. Okay. You want me to go back to sleep on being too talkative?
No. Um. Sometimes. Sometimes words are spoken that are just meant to be heard, and not necessarily trying to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I understood. But,
Yeah. Well, you're giving me your understanding, so
well, is there anything that made sense to you, or what?
I heard what you're saying. I I didn't experience it. I mean, I would understand why she would still have some malice if it was fresh, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if. Well, you said she took it well, so she understood. So I don't know if the manifestation. I don't know if the changing of the face would. I don't know if I would have come to the same conclusion if I had experienced it.
That I experienced?
Yeah, that the devil being full, if I'm understanding it right, being full of malice.
What you would think is, what would you consider that to be if you had experienced that? And you seeing the horns, not just the devil face, the horns being erected.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Let me ask you this. So it was coming out, or was it coming out as in being more visible, or did the face just kind of appear?
Yeah, the more she spoke in tongues, the more her face changed. The more she spoke, the more it changed into the devil's face, until it actually turned. It wasn't. See, the thing about deliverance, when she's being loosed from that chain,
Yeah.
being loose from being bound in that area, it flees. It don't stay.
Yeah.
See, it turned and it actually stayed. It was her form with horns. So, um, so how would you have looked at that?
That would be so comfortable and so bold as to show his face.
You said what?
I said for the devil to be so bold and so comfortable as to show his face. I don't know. I don't know, rightfully or wrongfully, I would have felt that somewhere there's a strong present.
Hi.
This is Nicole on here,
Mm-hmm.
but the 25th on Christmas Day,
Yes.
it was 8.6.
It went up to 10.9.
And I see that right before I see the 8.6.
Yes.
So that's kind of where she's kind of sitting.
Okay.
But it came up to normal.
Okay.
Or no, well, no, I don't say normal, but
Look, you need to come up
came
with a
up.
map.
So that's good. She is blood banded.
Be
just in case we
offense
need it, but
all around me.
But she's been great. She is not complaining of pain. She has no incisions because it was intravaginally with the scope. She has a 20 in that right AC. She's getting LR at 125. She's been up. She's peed.
A lot of times.
Yes, she pees a lot. She pees a lot. Other than that, she's doing great.
Okay.
So.
Alright. Sounds good. Does she need another bag of LR?
She will. I think it's ordered LR. It's not just something that we do.
No, it's fine.
I
didn't know if that was the last bag or not.
No, I think.
Okay.
Don't quote me. I think she does have another bag ordered.
Okay.
And she, I think, came up from Packy with that bag, so I didn't have to scan the other one that was ordered like at 3 o'clock or whatever.
No problem.
All right, my dear. Good luck to you. So basically, they kind of sent her for observation, monitor that hemoglobin, make sure she was good and stable. So I have a feeling she's gonna kick this popsicle stand over tomorrow.
Yes,
Blow
Lord,
up outta here
glory.
and get on
Yes,
home.
Jesus. A brand new person coming up out of here. I told
You
myself
probably-
I am on a flight to glory, honey.
You
Glory,
feel-
living in the land of the living, honey, because that fibro was taking
It was
over my
sucking your-
life.
It was sucking your life source out of
I done got my life back. A new year, a new, getting myself back, honey. Look.
Getting that blood flow back. Look at how energetic you are. I wish I was that energetic. Here's her sheet. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Okay? I
Thank
hope you get home
you.
tomorrow.
You've been great. I
Well,
really
I haven't had
appreciate
to
you
do much
all.
for you, so I really didn't have to do much.
I'll be
No,
back.
I
I'll
have-
bring those things for you.
Okay.
Good night, thank
Before
you.
then, just let me know.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Casey.
Baby, when I tell you, honey.
But if the devil was so comfortable as to actually to show his face, his form, I would think that the spirit is there's a greater spirit than him in the room. Can't hide.
What do you mean as a greater spirit than him? God shined his light on it. That's what you're saying?
Strongly.
Yeah. Well, it had to, because her and I was conversating. I said that we was talking. We both got off the phone and went into, like prophesying.
Yeah.
So it had to be revealed. So I can call her and let her know this, right? So God called when healing is taking place or deliverance is taking place, God gonna expose what's there, right? Whether on her end or my end, a light has shined, right?
Yeah.
So it got to come forth. But see, the thing about deliverance is God can allow it to come forth, but it takes the help of that person to be delivered, because the enemy had taken root in her,
Yeah.
right? So I wasn't well, I didn't have to be in a vicinity of her, but it was obvious that there was a connection in the spirit. Because God don't operate in time, and there's no distance, right? He's
Right.
omnipresent, right? So he revealed that to me, but it was revealing it. He wanted to expose it to let her know what was there, if that makes sense.
No, I got you.
And that's the first step of healing. That's the first process of healing, for God to shine a light on it.
Yeah.
No. Oh, you on what time?
I said my mind slightly drifted somewhere else for a moment in time.
Okay. Well, so where did you drift to?
I drifted to work.
Oh, okay. Okay. You drifted to work because that's kind of what we're talking about. Does that bring up, is there a similarity of what you deal with at work?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's two individuals that could use an exorcism.
To it, they can use an exorcism,
Yeah.
deliverance, not exorcism, because Troy, I don't operate in that. But they can use deliverance.
What's the difference?
The difference is exorcism is a counterfeit of what God really does. Like I feel like I feel like because there's a there two different energies, two different existence.
Okay.
I feel like when I look at how exorcism is done, the priests come in with a cross or whatever. But you got to understand, Jesus died for the remission of our sins. So we got a high priest living in eternal glory. Now, sometimes it do take the hand of anointed to call out, to lay hands and call out that that darkness, but to have a cross, to have, you know what I'm saying, to do
Well,
to
that's one church's way of doing it,
okay.
but I don't think it's exclusive. I mean, if you think about exorcism by the Catholic Church, I don't think it's exclusive to the Catholic Church.
No, I don't think exorcism is exclusive to the Catholic Church. That's just what they show on TV, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's exclusive to that. But when I talk about things being done through Christ Jesus, things are he operates signs, wonders, and miracles,
Okay.
right? And so I personally think of that as him operating in omniscient, omniscience, omnipotence, right? It's
Omnipresent.
supernatural.
Okay.
It's supernatural. I'm not omnipresent. Omnipotence refers to God as the being who possesses all power,
Okay.
all knowing, possesses complete, perfect, and exhaustive knowledge of all things, past, present, and future, actual and possible, in a single eternal act, with nothing surpassing him and no need to learn. So he operates in a realm, and I call that he operates supernaturally, right?
Okay.
The working power of the Holy Spirit. So when I think of exorcism and I think of God, is that a counterfeit? I look at that as a counterfeit of what God really does. Because when God delivers, he leaves no residue. Sometimes when exorcism happens, there's residue.
What's the residue?
Something that's still there that haven't been completely healed. Like, it's just like me having a hyperoscopy.
Mm-hmm.
No, hysteroscopy, right? If a portion was taken out and there was still remaining, that's the residue. no,
Still
that's
like
no,
looking at it,
I was, yeah, that's my will, but I'm just expressing my way. It's not saying that that's how you look at it, but that's how I see it. That's how it's been revealed to me. Now, that's not saying that my knowledge of it and is perfected, is perfect. Is what it is. It's just saying that that's how it's being revealed to me, unless somebody else come in and clarify the that knowledge, right? Or
Yeah.
give me more of, or add more to what, add more to, yeah, add more to my knowledge. Yeah, that's all. That's the only way I can say it. But it's not regarding how you see it, because you can say exorcism, and the way I'm thinking about exorcism is not how you see exorcism, right?
I
You're
see full removal.
Oh, you see full removal.
Full removal and cast out.
Okay. Yeah. So that's why I said the your terminology and how you use things may not be how I look at the words that you're using. So it happens like that sometimes. Yeah. But baby, when I say baby, look, before this year started, honey, God was like, baby, let me set this thing up for you for the new year. Baby, I'm restoring glory unto you, so you can restore it unto others. I feel good about it. Laying in, laying relaxed on my 5-star luxury flight. I'm telling you.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
That's what's going on.
Luxury flight to green pasture, honey, where the trees are beautiful. In the land of the living, baby. So this is not the anesthesia talking, okay?
This will restore blood flow, which is good. You
Yeah.
were this energetic after the one before.
Huh?
So you weren't this energetic after the one before.
Honey, I can walk up and down this aisle and lay hands and heal these people in this hospital. Restore them back to their self. If I did that, these people here think I'm crazy. Shredder, get back to your room. Baby, I'm gonna lay hands on you and restore your family, honey.
Just as
You,
long as you're wearing drawers, more than drawers,
as long as I'm wearing what?
more than drawers,
More than what?
drawers,
Drawers?
underwear.
Shh. Where those at?
You know, remember the I don't know what she is, the girl from earlier. She talked about the guy. He seemed like he was really good, and then
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And
it
what,
sounded like he
Troy?
had sundown.
He was really good, and he what? What he do?
And the night came, he started walking around, and he was found in this piece.
And yeah, I told her that we know how he walk around at home, right?
Mm-hmm.
He takes his clothes off. Like,
It's a good
I'm
feeling.
telling you, this hospital bed, I don't know where they get these beds from.
It's in your bed.
Baby, I don't know where they get these from, and the pillows. It's like, and it's nothing extravagant. But baby, it feels like it just give you comfort.
Yeah. I feel as if they just recently finished remodeling.
And I'm
Here.
telling you, baby, God stepped in this thing. He stepped in. He said, I will go before you. Right? Baby, he came in this place, honey. Because even the last time, like Christmas, baby, he walked in. They didn't have my paperwork right, but I tell you what, I have no complaints about nobody. They treated me absolutely wonderful and fed me 3 meals. I feel good about it. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not feeling good to where I want to come back and see it again.
Oh no, I got you.
Baby, it's healed. It's healed, honey. Baby, God touched them hands. Look. Kohan is sending you advertisement and want to draw you in to buy something.
They did it every night around 8 o'clock.
Kohan, they trying to get their money.
Yeah.
And you know
They
what?
can get it.
I think
If the sales right.
my shoe,
Which one?
my shoes now, the brand that I like,
Mm-hmm.
it's Kohan. The woman heels is phenomenal. It got that soft cushion and the bottom of them heels.
It's got that nice little spring.
Baby, when I tell you, honey, I ain't never felt put my feet in no heels and I feel like I'm walking on a cloud. Look, that's gonna be my shoe. That is gonna be my brand.
I felt that way when I was wearing the blue shoes the other day.
Baby, that's my brand, honey. I look, when being exposed to that shoe, it's like, what am I doing with these other ones?
I don't know. You know, I almost bought some over Christmas, and I was like, I'll do something different.
Okay.